next, Marshall A-Hole.
Fap. No way.
Oh! From the Queen Studios of New York, the MMA-Holes Hour is here. Is Conor McGregor a madman? Are the MMA-Holes madmen? Find out today on the MMA-Holes. Yes. Wonderful. What's going on, friends and family? I hope everyone's good. I hope everyone's sexy. I hope everyone's swole. And I hope everyone is wonderful. That's right. Maltendino says, yes, now it begins. It does begin. Your week has officially begun because the MMA holes are here. The MMA holes are live, and it is wonderful. Everyone in that chat, I demand a fap.
Fap.
Right now, everyone fap because let's get it going this week. This is a crazy week. Check this out over here on the MMA Holes Hour. Well, that's not right. Well, yeah, let's change this. That's not supposed to be there. Bang, that's supposed to be there, yes. The MMA Holes Hour, 11, 13, 17, Madman. Conor McGregor, are you mad? Yeah, see, Conor is mad because Conor went cray-cray on Friday during Bellator and jumped the cage and went all nutso, and I decided to put his face all over my thumbnail. So there he is, all over there. We will be talking about a bunch of things on this wonderful show. We will be talking about the fight night that happened this weekend, Poirier versus Pettis. There's a bunch of stories to talk about in there. A whole bunch of shit, all right? So that's why you're here. That's why you like this video, and that's why we get this party going. We are an hour earlier today. So everyone wipe the crud out of your eyes because we're about to get this party going. Here is the chat room on a Monday morning. 35 watching. Hello, friends. Let's say hello to, let's see who's in here. Mexican D-Side is back to the MMA Holes. Everyone in the chat, say hello to Mexican. Mexican is a swole member of the Holes. He hasn't been around for a little while. He got deported, and now he's back. Hopped back over the wall, and he's back in the chat room. Welcome back, Mexican D-Side. I see you at the Boozers here. Vigo's here. Law of Attraction, Kenshiro Ryu, Michael Anzalone. Dave says fap. That's right.
Fap.
Let's see who else we got in this fooker. Tommy Arnold, Mac V, what's up? Chris H, Jordan Sullivan. Good stuff over here. Karen is blessed. Says, I would suck your cock. Well, Karen, I have to say this. You sure are blessed. Because I'm about to insert my cock into your mouth. That's right. Enjoy it. All 3 inches. Right inside that throat. And it is wonderful. Thank you for the kind words. All right. I quit my job to watch this Vigo. How many people quit their job to watch the MMA Holes? I mean, it's a smart move. It's a wise move. We give pensions to everyone that quits their job. So there you go. And you watch this show. If you're new to this show, we do 3 shows a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're live every week. We do Fight Buddies, which is our fight reactions, unlike fucking
Luke Thomas.
Luke Thomas ripped my fucking ass off. And I will talk about that. Luke Thomas did his own fight companion, right? I'm going to talk about this later on in the show, so stay tuned for that. But I'm going to have to tell you, I'm going to give you my opinion on this whole Luke Thomas thing. Luke Thomas did a fight companion, also known as more like a fight buddies. That's all I got to say. I'll talk about that later on in the show. We have some issues. We have some situations to talk about because there are things called topics. But before that, we have 24 in the tip jar. We've got 10 more likes. Make Bruce dance with likes. Like this video right now. Go!
I've got 10 more likes. I've got
10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
There is good news over here that love. No, I mean, I see you at the Boozer says he left his wife because she thinks I'm a cunt.
Wonderful.
Well, fuck her then. You made the right move. I may not be able to give you sex, but I'll give you entertainment. That's right. The chat room is over here. They're going and flowing. Say everything you want to say over here because I will read your comments if I do see it. He Hate Me says, sup the MMA Hole, sup everyone. So everyone say hello in that chat. We have about 45 watching right now. Hello, friends. Hello, family. welcome to the show. I have one quick question before we talk about topics here. How many people are here from Premier FC? I covered the event Premier FC 24 with my two cousins. They're wonderful, wonderful. And I got inside the cage, and I did the cage interviews for Premier FC 24. And that is wonderful, wonderful. Let's check this out over here. Premier FC. This fight, by the way, was absolute fire. Respect to Pat Casey and Jesse Kosakowski. Jesse Kosakowski. He grabs the belt from Pat Casey. But when the video gets released, you have to check out this fight. It is fire. Absolute fire over there. Jesse Kosakowski.
You're gonna rap one-on-one
And we got Frank Pavon dropping in the donation.
Shoulder, and you're gonna need a fucking army.
Oh, boy.
To come take them belts off me.
Well, Frank says...
Fuck Luke Thomas.
Fuck Luke Thomas. That's what Frank said. I will talk about that. I will discuss the Luke Thomas situation. There is a situation with Luke Thomas, and I will discuss this. I will discuss this. There you go. 29 in the tip jar. Everybody like this video immediately. Share this video. Do it right fucking now because we have a lot of shit to talk about. I was just talking about Premier FC. And here's the Ring Girls. I did a lot of coverage of this. You can check it out on my channel. We did some live streaming, and we did some pre-recorded bits too as well. So we recorded literally the whole event. I'm going to chop that up, throw it into a nice little video, and push it your way. You'll check that out. You'll see that shortly when I get some time to do that because I don't have time to do that. Check this out over here. Here's my Instagram over here, and look at that. It's a beautiful man. It's a beautiful man. Check out the Instagram at the MMA-Holes. And here I am with my two cousins over here. Is Michael and Danny. We're inside a cage. We're fucking badass doing our thing over here. TJ Dillashaw likes it, of course, because we're wonderful, wonderful. Check it out over here. And here is me and Owen. Awesome dude. Now, that is the ring announcer, and I did the cage interviews. So a lot of stuff happened during this weekend, and I'll give you some more footage from that. But thank you, Premier FC, for having the MMA-Holes aboard and making your show better.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's right. That chair in the back, that chair in the background looks sexy as fuck. Which one? This is the casting chair over here, and the microphone is live. So if my cousin feels frisky, if you guys want to see my cousin on the show, maybe I'll go grab my cousin later on. I don't want to drag him on right yet, but if I get enough ones, I may drag him on to show and put him on this chair. If you want to see my cousin Michael over here, maybe at the end of the show. You guys have to vote for it. This chair over here is the sex chair over here. This is where I put all sorts of women here, and I fuck their faces. No, I don't do that. That doesn't happen. I'm married. All right, here we go. Let's. What are we talking about? We're talking about topics. Topics. That's right, topics with an X. Dan Burns, what's up? And speaking of cousins, Dan Burns is in the chat. Check out Dan Burns. Dan Burns was at the event, and there he is. He's giving the fist. He wants to see cousin Michael. So that's good to know that Dan Burns is in the chat. I'm going to have to drag him on here now. Any girl cousins? No. You horny fuck, Sublime Bub. No, there's no girl. A casting chair. That's right. What's up, Genesis? All right, so topics. Not many topics I want to talk about, but there's a couple that I want to talk about. And then we're going to talk about Poirier, Pettis, and whatever the fuck you guys, and Conor McGregor going all ape shit. Colby Covington. Well, he's back in the news. Now, Colby Covington, I'm a big fan of him, right? I like shitheads. I like people that talk a lot of trash and all that stuff. I enjoy that. But Colby Covington, he cringes me out a little bit. Who knows? Maybe he could win me over. But as of now, I'm not the biggest of Colby Covington fans. But this is what he says about John Jones. Check this out. Dirtbag John Jones should do more coke and keep cheating on his wife. Yeah.
Wonderful.
That's Colby Covington. With some dirtbag John Jones should do more coke and keep cheating on his wife. There you go. Colby Covington checking in. Matt Brown says, I've had more people tell me not to retire than to retire. He did say after this fight he was retiring, and everyone says, hey, Matt Brown, don't retire. That's what they're saying to Matt Brown. So Matt Brown's not retiring. We're getting more Matt Brown. I need to ask the chat this right now. Late happy Veterans Day for all. Yeah, and happy Veterans Day to the vets that served, everyone in the military, outside of the military, or whatever. Anyone who has served or is going to serve, hats off to you. If I was wearing a hat, I would take it off. Covington is that ninja. This is Mexican deicide. Matt Brown, do you think he should retire or not retire? I mean, I think I know what the answer is going to be. A yes for retire or a no for no retire. That's what I want right now in the chat. I'm going to say no retire. Of course, that spinning elbow from Hellbow, that shit was absolutely bonkers on Diego Sanchez. I think the real question should be this. Should Diego Sanchez retire? Should be the real fucking question, right? That should be the real question. Diego Sanchez went from like one of the most badass people out there to let's knock out this man every fucking time. Spinning elbow, bang, right in the mush of Diego Sanchez's weird underbite. And yeah. Wow, Dave says, yeah, Matt Brown should retire. So how about that? Matt Brown getting high on himself for beating up Diego Sanchez. The Mexican bum, says Kenshiro Ryu. I served in both World War IIs and the Korean War, says Kenshiro Ryu. Michael Anzalone says yes. Kenshiro says yes. Wow, there's some yeses in this thing. Mr. Dinklepus says no. Michael Anzalone says beep, and Jessie says beep as well, our moderator. Go subscribe to the moderator. Now, she does the after show, and she will have a upload for you guys after these streams. So there you go. She'll have her fight reactions. I see you at the boozer, says, she served me in the back seat. No, says Kaora. Diego definitely needs to retire. Diego Sanchez, yeah. I'm going to have to agree with that. Great way to leave the sport, says Dave. Okay, so there's a good point by Dave. That is a great way to leave the sport, right? Takes out Diego Sanchez. I felt like it was a little bit of a mismatch, especially at this point of Diego's career. I mean, Diego, credit to Diego. So here's how this works, all right? And thank you again, Frank Pavon, for that donation. I don't know if I got to thank you. I appreciate that. Diego Sanchez started the fight off very aggressive. You know, that's the old school Diego. A lot of people were telling me, I didn't get to see it live. I saw it yesterday. But a lot of people were telling me, yeah, Diego got schooled and this and that. I don't think Diego got schooled. Actually, good job by Diego for pushing the pace, trying to grab him, throw him down to the floor. You know, he was doing his thing, Diego, but Matt Brown caught him. And not only did he catch him, he made Diego's legs into spaghetti noodles. And Diego's like, like that. Like, I mean, I don't know if that was pretty accurate. Let me try that again. Like a fucking, he was like a fucking wet mop on the floor. Diego got fucking, I don't know. That was some elbow. And the best part about that whole thing was Matt Brown just standing over Diego. Just standing over him like, like you watch Matt Brown looking at Diego Sanchez like he doesn't even, there's like some beast that comes out in Matt Brown when he fights. Like there's some sort of primal animal. I don't know what it is. He's like a hairy fucking animal. And he's standing over Diego Sanchez, almost like the way he's standing in this picture. And he's like, yeah, elbow in face. Yeah, underbite, smash with elbow. That's very accurate right there. If you didn't see the fight, it's almost like you saw it. It's almost like you're in the cage right there. Great impression. Thank you. That's right. Brown is an animal. It's true. Brown is a fucking animal. He sure is. Okay, 150,000 plus 50,000 bonus for hardly a scratch. He's coming back, says Tommy Arnold. Brown is an animal. Diego is the most punch-drunk fighter ever. Shake my head, says Wise Guy. Now, hey, listen, I give Diego Sanchez credit for just keep on coming back and doing it and doing it and doing it. And every time you watch Diego train before a fight, he's all in. He's all in. He does everything he can to get into that fight. So I give credit to Diego Sanchez for effort. But for fuck's sake, how many times can you get lit up like that? I mean, what was his last one? Ally Quinta? He got fucking slept. And Matt Brown makes it even worse for him and fucking cracks him with that elbow. Insane. Diego Sanchez's Illuminati sacrifice. Matt Brown's fight record is fucking trash, though. This is Mexican Deicide. Okay, so Matt Brown is like a gatekeeper. Like, you know, he's not a champ, right? Not a chump. But he always gives it. He always gives it his all. He always gives you a fun fight to watch. I think we could agree on that, right? 23-16-0. Is it the best record? No. It's almost Artem Lobov status over there. But when you look at his fights over here, they're all wars. You know, they're all wars, and he's fought the best of the best. So, I mean, is he the best? No. But he's not bad. Look at this little win streak over here, by the way. I mean, this is years ago. 2012 to 2014. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, he's been on long winning streaks over here. You know, and he's hit a little bit of a skid. Had the 3 losses in a row, thinking about retiring, and then boom, he finishes Diego Sanchez. How about Donald Cerrone? This is a great fight too, a fun fight to watch. And he got caught. He got caught by Cowboy. You know, he was in that fight. So I mean, is it over for Matt Brown? No, maybe not. You know, maybe we could squeeze a couple more fights out of him. I mean, I don't mind seeing Matt Brown fight. I mind seeing Orlovsky fight. I mean, I'm not down with Orlovsky anymore. I'm kind of done with Orlovsky. And he fought this man over here who wears diapers. But he doesn't have his diaper on now. He rocks diapers but doesn't have diaper on right now. And it's very sad. It's very sad that he's not wearing his diaper right now. But this guy, the baby, Junior Albino versus Orlovsky. Orlovsky gets the win. But I'm kind of done with Orlovsky, man. I don't know. I'm just... He does not do it for me. Like, I'd rather see Matt Brown fight than Andrei Orlovsky. No disrespect. And almost a similar record here. 26-15-0. He's been around for a while, and he's given... What the fuck's with the eyebrow? Was he The Rock? The Oroksky? All right, that was a bad joke. Sorry. Andrei Orlovsky dropping the rock. And look at his nose. It's like when he lifts his eyebrow, his nose goes to the side, too. But he catches a win over here. But look at Orlovsky. Why not have Orlovsky retire, for fuck's sake? You know, look at this shit. Shouldn't this man be fucking retiring? Why are we talking about Matt Brown? Shouldn't this guy be in the discussion for fucking retiring, Andrei Orlovsky, even though he caught a win? I don't give a fuck about Orlovsky anymore. I don't give a fuck. Chat room. I want to see some UFC shit's back. Where have you been, motherfucker? I said the same shit. Diaper, what the fuck? I really wish this would have been the perfect one for a fight, buddies. Unfortunately, Luke Thomas did it. This would have been a perfect one for a fight, buddies. But when the MMA-Holes weren't live for a fight, buddies, Luke Thomas was. Coincidence? Yeah, I would have so much fun calling this fight. This would have been great on a fight, buddies. Unfortunately, we got to keep an eye on Junior Albino. Beanie, sorry. We got to keep an eye on this guy. 14-3-0. He does look like a gigantic baby. What the fuck is the UFC doing? This is law of attraction. I know, man. I don't know what's up with this Junior Albini. He literally wore a diaper. He tucked his shorts in like a fucking diaper. I don't know. He has 2 fights in the UFC, right? Win, first round, finish, performance of the night, goes the decision with Orlovsky. He brought it with Orlovsky. I do want to see this kid fight again because it'd be hilarious watching this guy with the diaper. What's up, UFC shit? I love seeing Dustin get the W. Tommy Arnold, let's go there. I loved it too. And it figures the night I don't do a fight, buddies, the night I give my picks and I fucking kill it. The only one I would have got wrong was this one over here. And I will talk about that in a second. But Poirier versus Pettis. Holy fuck. Holy fucking shit. Shit fucking fuck shit fuck. Demonetized. Poirier versus Pettis. Good morning, Ann. David Robinson, what's up? Man, this was some fucking fight. You had everything. You had your blood. You had everything. You had your punches and your kicks and your takedowns and your takedown defenses and your switches on the floor. You had everything in this fight. Anthony Pettis, I'll give him credit. He was in there. He stuck in there. He hung in there with Poirier. He was slick. If it wasn't for all the blood, he may have caught a submission off of his back or something like that. He had a lot of good opportunities, but Poirier kept on slipping out because of that bloody situation. The elbows. Why don't more people elbow? I never understand this. Now, when I did Premier FC this weekend, we were watching the fights. Amateur fights, you can't elbow. But for the pro fights, you can elbow. You are allowed to elbow in pro fights. And I couldn't understand why when I was watching these pro fights or in Premier that people weren't utilizing the elbows more. And this is a perfect example. Now, Poirier cut Pettis up, sliced him up with the elbows, and he was bleeding all over the place. He had like 3 cuts around his face. Because of these cuts, because of the bloody situation, Pettis was not able to have any chance of submitting Poirier. Every time he had a shot, arm bars, triangles, everything, anything he could try to get, Poirier just slipped right out of it because of that slippery, bloody situation there. And what does Poirier do? He finishes Anthony Pettis. The weirdest finish I've seen. He gets mount, and then all of a sudden, an immediate tap by Anthony Pettis. I don't know if he broke his rib. I don't know. They were saying maybe cartilage or something. But it was something with his rib. He tapped. As soon as Poirier got on top of Pettis, instant tap by Pettis. Fight over. Poirier wins. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And Dustin Poirier moves on. Now, let's look at the rankings over here. You motherfuckers. Clay with the right hook and uppercut says he hate me. Yeah, we got to talk about that. Clay Guida versus Joe Lauzon. We're going to talk about that there after this. I mean, that actually shocks me. The outcome of that really shocks me. But that's why we watch these fights, right? All right. Let's see what we got here. Dustin Poirier sitting at number 8. The rankings will change by Wednesday. Dustin Diamond Poirier. All right. Who does he fight next? He's like, what did he say? He wants the winner of Gaethje versus Alvarez, the Ultimate Fighter finale, Jamie. He wants the winner versus that. I think he should have had Alvarez before that. But he wants that, and he says after he wins that one, he wants the title. That's what he says. The whole division is fucked up. 155 and 170 is a complete fucking disaster. Both of these decisions. Oh, fuck, I can't talk today. Too much coffee Monday. Fuck everyone. 155, 170 is a complete disaster when it comes to the rankings because how the fuck do you match up these fights? Khabib versus Barboza is coming up next. Who is Ferguson going to fight? Is it going to be Mac? Are we going to finally see it? You have these two, Alvarez versus Gaethje fighting. Nate Diaz probably never coming back, and he's probably only coming back to fight Mac for the trilogy. So now you got Kevin Lee and Poirier sitting over here, right? Both guys that should not take anyone down here, in my opinion. I mean, as a fan, Michael Ally Quinto I'd like to see and this and that. But anyway, Poirier versus Lee should be fighting someone up here. But who the fuck do they fight? Who does Dustin Poirier fight? If Poirier gets the winner of Gaethje versus Alvarez, then who does Lee get? Does Lee get the winner of Gaethje versus Alvarez? Or does Lee fight Poirier? Let me know in the chat, what do you guys think? Dustin Poirier, what should be next for him? I kind of don't mind seeing a Kevin Lee fight, but I don't think that's the right fight to make. It would be a fun one to watch, but I feel 8 and 9 should not be in that situation. I just feel that. I think in this situation here, I want to see Dustin Poirier fight the winner of Gaethje versus Alvarez, and then the loser of that fight Kevin Lee. That's what I want to see, and kind of crawl their way back up the rankings over here. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see them fight each other. I mean, it would be a good fight. I just don't feel 7 and 8 is worthwhile of you, especially the way Poirier's been fighting. So I'm going to say Poirier versus the winner, the loser versus Kevin Lee. That's what I'm going to say with that one. But what do you guys say in the chat? He's going to have a fight with Gaethje, says Gold Caps. Tommy Arnold says he wants revenge on Eddie for that knee. Them knees, that's right. He should have got the revenge for sure. Problem with Gaethje wins versus Eddie. Gaethje can be wait out for a title fight, says Kenshiro Ryu, and that's another thing. Now, and that's a good point, Kenshiro, because if Alvarez wins, chances are he'll get that Dustin rematch. If Gaethje wins, there's a good chance the UFC is going to push him up the ladder even more. So that's a very good point. It depends on who wins. Nate will never get that Conor fight. He should be fighting, building up his own brands, as Kenshiro Ryu. If Nate Diaz comes back, will it be for a belt? Michael Anzalone, if it's against McGregor, it will be for a belt. Kevin Lee versus Dustin Poirier is not good for Dustin, I don't think. So Kevin Lee, Dustin. Well, Kevin Lee, it's a tough fight. That's a tough one to call. I don't know if Kevin Lee has the pop to put away Dustin. And Dustin, to me, his weakness is his chin. I mean, he took some shots from Showtime, but we've seen him get clipped before. I don't think Lee has the pop to put him away. I don't think the ground game's as much of a threat either. I think Poirier could beat Kevin Lee, to be honest. That's my opinion. But it's a great fight. It's a fun one to watch. Pettis is a pussy for that tap, says Daryl. Well, we don't know Daryl. I mean, he could have fucking broke his rib, for God's sakes. Dustin versus Eddie no matter what, says the best gainer. And why not? Beep says Jesse. David Robinson says Lee. Mr. Danky. Mr. Dinklepuss says Ally Kinza versus Kevin Lee would be a great fight. They fought already. They actually fought already, Mr. Dinklepuss. So you want to see a rematch? The real TV. You ever have a broken rib? See, Gold Caps. Yeah, it's true, Daryl. If your rib breaks, you're gonna tap. You're not gonna fight through that, especially when a man is sitting on your ribs. When a man is sitting on your ribs, you're gonna tap. I think Lee probably gets a winner of Barboza and Khabib. So Lee, I don't know. I feel Lee has to get one more fight in and then be up top again. I do feel that. He did get his chance. He got his jump. I feel he needs one in to be in the picture again. But Lee will be there. He's young. He's very good. And he also fought with that staph infection. Ally Kint is done in the UFC, says UFC shit. No, I think he has a fight coming up, if I'm not mistaken. Ally Kint is not done in the UFC. We will be talking about Conor McGregor and his antics as well. And maybe we'll bring in my cousin for that. We'll see. Ally Kint, let's see. I'm almost positive he has a fight lined up. UFC shits. Gotta hit the like button. Oh, shit. Willie Puffers. What's up, my man? Willie Puffers in the house. Say hello to Willie. If you like gaming videos, check that out. Yeah, he's got Paul Felder coming up. Barn Burner. It's UFC 218. That's right. I forgot he's on that card. Come on, man. What are you talking about done in the UFC? Raging Al's fighting UFC 218. I totally forgot about that shit. My cousin's going to that. He's going to that. Welcome, friends. If you're joining us new, we are the MMA-Holes, and this is the MMA-Holes Hour, the greatest show on YouTube. We've got about 60 watching right now, and it is wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's right. Let's talk about this now. I think we got some of your opinions in with Dustin Poirier over there. Dustin versus Eddie. Gaethje should fight Barboza. Have a good day, MMA-Holes. I'm off to work. All right, go Caps. Be good. Lee versus the staph infection, says David.
Wonderful, wonderful.
David Robinson, the Admiral. Lee likes that juice. Connor's fighting Hulk Hogan in a pool of custard. Says, I see you at the Boozers. Have a great day at work, old Caps. All right, so let's talk about it, guys. Let's do it. The thumbnail right over here. Now, some people are sick of Conor McGregor, right? Some people aren't sick of Conor McGregor. But we have to talk about this, okay? Bellator happened on Friday. And you heard what I said about it. I'll repeat it for a sec. I don't like what Bellator does when they air their events earlier. And I heard that people in the UK and Ireland, people are seeing this all different times. No one saw it live. And us in the US, we saw it that night. So everyone knew the results. Even in Bellator's commercial, they had this. They had Conor McGregor jumping in the cage in the commercial for the fights before the fight. I do not, if I want to watch a rerun of the fights, all right, if I want to watch a rerun of the fights, I'll DVR it and I'll watch it on my DVR. I'll watch it recorded somehow. Any way I can record it. I don't want Bellator to choose for me if I want to watch my fights recorded. Bellator should air this shit live. If you don't do it on Spike at night, why can't you do it on your website or something like that? Or there's got to be a way. Even if you put it on Spike during the day, maybe if people don't watch it, rerun it at night. You mean to tell me that the reruns of Cops that you play throughout the whole fucking day is more important than watching a Bellator event? I mean, you got to think that Bellator is more like, I don't know, gets more ratings than Cops? Than reruns of Cops? Conor McGregor jumps over the fence. He hugs his boy, Ward. They celebrate. And then all of a sudden, he's shoving refs. He's jumping over the cage and slapping the commission. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. But the question is he going to get fined? Is there going to be some weird suspension? Like, what's going to happen? How do you discipline this? You can't just be like, oh, okay, that's cool. You can't have a man just jump over a cage and just start hugging people and throwing a ref around and slapping people. And then a guy is on the floor that needs medical attention. That's getting delayed because McGregor is too busy causing a scene in there. He could have been seriously hurt. You can't do that. I'm a big Conor fan. You see him sitting behind me with his toothpick. I'm a big, big Conor fan. But there needs to be some sort of penalty, correct? Me personally, I think there's just going to be fines. I think people are going to just push it aside, and maybe they'll make an example by fining him, and that's that. If there's any lawsuits or anything like that with assault, which there should be, because he clearly assaulted people in there. I mean, I feel that money will be in play, and he'll push that around, and that's that. I'm curious if the UFC is going to use this as leverage on Conor. I'm curious if they're going to try to use this with Conor and be like, yo, just get back in the cage. If you fight in Nevada, everyone will be happy again. Fight again. December, perhaps, the end of the year, UFC 219, and everything will be fine. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Conor McGregor, what will happen to Conor on this MMA-Holes Hour? Let me know what will happen to Conor. Cool. Fook the people. King Fook and Conor. McGregor owns Bellator now. Yeah. It's like, for the first time ever, you'll see Conor McGregor inside the Bellator cage. That's how they were promoting it. So fucking funny. Bellator loved it, I'm sure. Fook Bellator. If it was a good I'd be called Bellator shit, says UFC shit. All right. If you're not live, go fuck your mother. So I made a new results and Conor antics before seeing it. Hold on. So mad I knew the results and Conor antics before seeing it. This is Michael James London. And yeah, buzzkill, man. It's such a fucking buzzkill. We don't want to know the outcome. Like Ariel, everyone was just posting it on Twitter, all the outcomes and everything that was happening. Kenshiro Ryu says, nothing. Chris, I heard it's not Bellator's fault that Spike, it's on Spike TV because they want to run their own commercials and won't allow Bellator to have live events. Just what I read. So they want to run their own commercials and won't allow Bellator to have live events. Now, Spike TV is turning into something else. I forgot what's happening, but they're not going to be Spike TV anymore. They're going to be some other network name. I don't know what it is. They're revamping the whole network. While they're revamping the network, they need to make a deal with Bellator and say, hey, listen, if there are live fights overseas, I mean, UFC does it. It's live. No matter where it is, it's live. They air it live. Why the fuck can Bellator do that? It's a big fumble by Bellator. 1 to 2 year suspension. They will make an example out of Conor, says the best gamer. So there you go. 1 to 2 year suspension. That's insane. If that happens, that would be absolutely insanity. Now, how do you suspend a guy? This happened in Bellator. So that's the thing. So the UFC suspends him for something he does outside of the UFC. I mean, I guess it can happen. I just don't see it. I can't. But some people say, hey, they've given suspensions and to people have done lesser, right? But this is Conor McGregor and this is their cash cow. I can't see a 1 to 2 year suspension. That would be insane if it does happen. Talk about ratings. We'll get some good ratings on that show. Talking about that. Jessie's been watching great streams. Fucking great, says UFC shit. Bellator are cunts, says I see you at the boozer. Viacom could buy a network. Why do they not, says Michael James London. That's a good point. Viacom is the company that runs Spike. UFC used to be on Spike. Very good point there as well. He hate me. It was on Spike. The Ultimate Fighter was on Spike. That's a good question. Your streams have been awesome, says UFC shit. So there you go. UFC shit is, I think, saying is complimenting Jessie, our moderator, who does the after show on Wednesdays. And today you'll be seeing a upload from her as well. So go subscribe to the Jessie Belle Hill Show. If you are not subscribed to the MMA Holes yet, drop your name. Where are you? Right in here. Subscribe to the GOAT right over there. And one more like, we make Bruce Buffer dance. So there you go. Michael Bisping is replacing Kelvin Gastelum as well. Michael Bisping replacing Kelvin Gastelum in UFC Fight Night. I think it's a Brazil, which is weird. It's a crazy quick turnaround over here, but he is. Hold on, where is it? Schedule. Now, this weekend, it is fight week, so on Wednesday, Luke Thomas wants to be the MMA hole so bad. After this, I will talk about Luke Thomas. I will discuss the Luke Thomas situation. This weekend, it's fight night. We will be doing a fight buddy, so if you guys have been itching for a fight buddies from the MMA holes, not
me, because I am not ripping off the MMA holes. I am Luke Thomas, and I'm so original.
I will be doing a fight buddies for this. And I hope Luke Thomas does one as well. I hope he does. Because he can lick my balls.
Lick my balls.
But this fight night is this weekend over here at WERDUM. Not one to get too excited. It sucks. The one time I could come back and do a fight buddies, this is the card I do. I mean, no one gives a fuck about this card. But Wednesday we'll get into more detail about it. It is fight week for this. And UFC has just been hitting us over the head with every weekend a fight. So good stuff by the UFC. But boom, boom. How about a turn of events? How about 10 more likes? That's right, fucks. 10 more likes. 40 in the tip jar. Let's go.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
Thank you for the likes. Keep on liking. We make Bruce Buffer dance every time we get 10 more likes. You guys are wonderful on Monday.
Wonderful.
I hope you have a great beginning of your week. After this, you could shoot on over to Ariel's show. And Ariel Helwani, who I did meet and says he loves what I'm doing. Ariel Helwani, you can go check him out. He actually has a pretty good guest list over there. So go check him out afterwards. Michael Bisping jumping in. Anderson Silva out because of USADA. I guess we could talk about Anderson Silva not being the GOAT now. And Michael the Count Bisping is fighting Kelvin Gastelum. I feel like this is a death sentence for Michael Bisping. Regardless of fun fight, on short rest, comes in, and not only, I mean, he got finished by GSP. That's the crazy part about Michael Bisping. He got finished and then takes on a number 9 guy. The whole thing is bizarre. Oh, it's in fucking China. It's in China? What the fuck? He takes on, what the fuck is going, I'm losing my mind here. This is in China? Holy fuck. There was talks about Michael Bisping maybe retiring, and now he gets choked out by GSP, loses. Wait, what the fuck is going on? Why does he even have the belt on his shoulder? It's not even his belt anymore. What is going on? I'm so confused. Anyway, regardless, he is fighting on this card. And this one will be a fun one to call. It's so out of left field. It's crazy. But credit to Michael Bisping for giving us a show. Michael Bisping in China versus Kelvin Gastelum. Fook the dislikes is Jesse. Love Attraction says the MMA holes just have Kenshiro Ryu sleep under your bed so Luke won't fuck you up. I think Kenshiro Ryu is Kim Jong-un, says Love Attraction. GSP got busted for HGH, so that fight is no contest. Bisping is still a champion. What? Wait, what? Wait. Are you fucking with me? Yes, China, Chris, you racist. I think Kenshiro is fucking with me. I know. This picture is proof of GSP got busted by USADA. This is Kenshiro Ryu. Could you imagine? What is going on? Well, but you can't give Kelvin. Here's the thing, guys. That's not true. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to Kenshiro. He's on crack today. If indeed Bisping was still the champ, okay, he wouldn't be filling in for Anderson Silva and fighting a number 9 guy in China. So I don't even know why you entertained that. You fucking sick fuck. Kenshiro, what the hell's wrong with you? And shame on me for listening to you. But yeah. All right. If one commission suspends a fighter, all the commissions enforce the suspension. And something tells me that the suspension will be extremely harsh, sadly, says the best gamer. So this is the best gamer says that Conor McGregor is going to get it up the ass. He's going to get it up the ass. Let's talk about Luke Thomas. Let's do it. Let's talk about Luke Thomas. We must do this. Now, I covered an event, Premier FC 24, okay? I covered Premier FC 24 this weekend with my cousins, Michael and Danny. It was wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
I also got in the cage, and I asked some questions to the fighters. It's a great experience over there. So if you get a chance, go check out Premier FC. They do a great job with their live shows. A lot of fun. While that happened, there was no Fight Buddies because I was over in Massachusetts doing that event. Then, what happens? I see in my notifications, because I am subscribed to Luke Thomas. I'm not a complete hater, for God's sakes. But I am subscribed to Luke Thomas, and I see a thumbnail with Luke with 2 dudes. I'm like, well, Luke hangs out with a lot of guys, so I get it. Didn't click on it or anything like that, just saw a Luke Thomas thumbnail. I find out the next day that Luke Thomas did what is called, and I got to find it here. He did some sort of fight reaction show. And here, hold on, let's see. Where is it? Who the fuck is it? All right, let's go like this. Luke Thomas, okay? And that is the MMA holes that you're watching. All right, here it is. Here he is. He's like, hey, it's me. And here's my friends drinking. UFC Norfolk watch party. Luke Thomas. Okay. Now, Luke Thomas is, listen, he's got a good following over there. I'll give him that. He had a watch party with these 2 gentlemen. Apparently, he's a fighter, I think. I don't even know. This guy apparently got really drunk. Nice view percentage over here. 58 dislikes and 1,000 likes, which is kind of abysmal compared to the views that he got. But what does Luke Thomas do, right? He does, well, it looks kind of similar, right? This looks like something you may have seen before. Now, some people say fight companion, right? Some people say, oh, well, he's just doing a fight companion. Well, a fight companion's in a studio, right? All fancy and stuff with a man named Joe Rogan, and it's just a different setup. It's never really like guys on a couch drinking beer and having fun. It's never really anything like that. But if you notice on the MMA holes, we've done this multiple times. If you go back into my Fight Buddies playlist, you will see us. And you know what? Let's just check it out. go back, right? The MMA-Holes. All right. The greatest channel on YouTube, the GOAT channel, the MMA-Holes. Here we are. If you go to our playlists and check around, we have a bunch of fight reaction videos over here on the MMA-Holes. Super sexy playlists. All right. Weekly chats, fight nights. So we do fight nights. We do Fight Buddies Live. You click on the Fight Buddies, right? Oh, you fucking cunt. Fight Buddies Live, pay-per-view streams. All right. You go way back when? All the way back. And look, it's like guys on the couch. That was 10 streams. Whoa. There's a bunch of guys on the couch hanging out with the MMA-Holes. Like they're just fucking hanging out over there. It's just shocker. It's fucking guys sitting on a couch doing a thing. You know, hey, yeah, okay. Anyway, we have a whole fucking list of this. We've been doing this for a year already. Okay, we've been doing this for a fucking year already. The MMA-Holes. And this is why I bring this up. When I went to the Luke Thomas meetup, and, you know, of course, I go there to bust balls and stuff like that. And I had a good time with Luke. Luke's not a bad guy. But I asked Luke Thomas this. I said, Luke, what are your plans for the future? Where do you look to take your channel as a YouTube personality? What are you looking to do in the future? And you know what Luke Thomas says to me? He says, I don't have to fucking tell you. That's what he tells me. I don't have to fucking tell you. Why does Luke Thomas want to know me, Chris, king of the MMA-Holes? Why does he not want to tell me about the future of his YouTube career and what he's looking to take his persona and everything like that? The reason why Luke Thomas does not want to tell me is because Luke Thomas is going to copy me. It's that fucking simple. It's that simple. Luke Thomas is ripping off the MMA-Holes. Well, how about that turn of events? How about that? Now, people could say, well, hey, the MMA-Holes ripped off the Fight Companion, right? No. I said when I made our Fight Buddies, I said that I liked what Joe Rogan was doing over there. He was killing it. I wanted to do something different. You could pretty much understand that my show is way different than Joe's show. Joe's show is probably a million times better, right? He has his own little thing over there. He has his own style, his own swag, his own production, the way his shows look. It doesn't look like this circus. When I did my Fight Buddies, it started on a couch with my buddies drinking beers in front of a shitty microphone. What is Luke Thomas doing his first fight reaction? On a couch with two friends, drinking beers, watching the fights. Come on, Luke Thomas. And here's another thing. Luke Thomas told me that Vox sent out an email and to everyone over there and MMAfighting.com, do not associate with the MMA-Holes. Everyone knows. Ariel knows. Luke knows. Mark Ramundi, whatever the fuck his name is, knows. I met them all and they all told me. They all confirmed it. So with all these facts on the table, how could I not think that Luke Thomas is not ripping off the MMA-Holes? Think about it. Wrap your head around it. We are ruffling feathers here. We are setting trends. We are the A-side over here. The MMA-Holes are the fucking A-side. It's a compliment, right? Imitation. Luke Thomas is a hack. His 515 combo. Imitation is the highest form of flattery or something like that. What is it called? Something like that? I don't know. Who the fuck knows? This is Luke, by the way.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Luke even said wonderful, wonderful. This was our soundbite.
Wonderful, wonderful.
That was our soundbite. Well, you want to hear it again?
Wonderful, wonderful.
That was our soundbite. That's our catchphrase. Hey, you want to hear Luke Thomas?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Doubt me.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Doubt me.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Luke, I saw you twice. The third time, I'm calling your ass out. Christine wants to know if she wants to grab some food for us. No, but thank you. Somebody needs to pull Luke Thomas's wig back. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. And if I get enough ones, maybe I'll drag my cousin in. Oh my God. Oh my God. The evidence. I present to you the evidence, guys. I present to you guys the evidence. Somebody needs to pull Luke's wig back. Wonderful, wonderful. That's right, law of attraction.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's okay until you talk about flat earth. I see you at the boozer. Christina, make sure you grab a concept back to Luke Thomas. Round Oh, God. You guys want it? You guys are asking for it. Do you guys want it? Do I have to bring it back? Do I have to bring it back to the show? Hit me with the ones if you want it. If you know what I'm talking about, hit me with the fucking ones right now. It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
For some reason, I'm really excited for this one.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, fuck you!
That's right, fuck. It is back. The Luke Thomas song. Everybody fuck Luke Thomas.
Yeah! Widow's peak, stupid hair. That's your opinion. I don't care. I can deadlift.
The war is back on.
My inverted
It's
penis
on.
looks like a twat. Fuck you. Luke Thomas, fuck you. Luke Thomas, fuck you. Luke Thomas. Eat a bag of dicks. Comfy hoodies, extra tight suits. Eddie Monster face, hot dog bottom lip. Never smiles, serial killer ears. YouTube live streams.
He never reached that.
Fuck you. Luke Thomas, fuck you. Luke Thomas, fuck you. Luke Thomas, eat a bag of dicks. Fuck you. Luke Thomas, fuck you. Luke Thomas, fuck you. Luke Thomas, eat a bag of dicks.
Now, I went to 2 of Luke Thomas's, I don't know, meetups, or I don't know what you want to call it. One of his serious things. Actually, 2 of his serious things. I don't hate Luke. I don't think he's a bad guy. But I feel you ripped me off, Luke. You've ripped me off. Does this mean that we are at a war? Is that what this means? I might have to get Marissa live on the MMA-Holes, the producer. I might have to reach out to Marissa and say, have Luke explain himself to the MMA-Holes. I may have to do that. Now, we haven't played the Luke Thomas song in a long time. It's been a long time. We've retired the Luke Thomas song. But he fucking started a war with the MMA-Holes. It's a goddamn war. That's it. Now, I covered an event this weekend called Premiere FC 24. I did all the cage interviews and stuff like that. I'm going to play him music right now. I'm going to ask my cousin if he wants to come on for 2 seconds. We'll get maybe 5 minutes with Mike, my cousin, if he wants to come in on here. And I'll be right back. Everybody dance.
Wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful.
Everybody have head movement in the chat. Head movement, head movement, head movement. All right. Okay. Let's see if we got him live. Let's go. We have a friend over here, live in studio, Michael. Michael, an MMA hole, my cousin. He's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, let's see if we got some audio on Mike.
Yo.
All right, let's see what we got. Let me know if you could hear Michael. All right, give me a 1-2, check 1-2.
Check 1, 2.
There we go. Michael's in the house. Everyone say hello to my cousin, Michael. Michael helped us out, Premiere FC 24. Mike, they're in there, right over there. This is what they see over here. So there you go. He's sitting right by Conor McGregor. Michael is here live, first time on the MMA-Holes live stream over here. And he's wonderful, wonderful. My cousin. We did the event. He took a bunch of pictures at the event, helped out, worked the booth. We had our banner up. It was great. It was sexy. Now, Mike, what did you think about Premiere FC, that kind of organization, how they put it together? Did you enjoy yourself? And you could be honest. If it sucks, you could tell everyone in here.
No, it was awesome. It was an intimate environment and my first live MMA event, and I thought it was high-level fights. Some guys working their way up and some guys that seem like they're kind of already there. So The highlight of the night was a 5-round war with a great finish at the end, and crowd was into it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I tell you, this was a good event to take him to too, because it had a little bit of everything at this event, and it's intimate. You can get right up to the cage, you can see everything, and he was cage sided as well. It was really cool to see that. You could hear the cracks of the punches and the knees and the kicks, all that stuff. Everyone in the chat over here says, "What's good, Michael? Michael James London, rest in peace, Luke Thomas, and hello to the champ, Michael." There you go. What's up, Michael? Says David Robinson. Dude, Chris is salty about Luke. Bro, relax. Rogan was doing fight buddies long before you. It's all good. First of all, I said in the beginning, I gave credit to Rogan. I gave credit to Rogan for inspiring me. I think Luke Thomas should give credit to the MMA-Holes for doing the exact same fucking thing. That's what I say. Corey Haim. No, that is not Corey Haim. That's my cousin Michael, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's Michael right over there. Did your cousin finish at the end? Did he? I don't think. Oh, you mean in the bed? Oh, yeah, he was the guy in the bed. No, we didn't finish. We have to take care of that later. Actually, he's going to the airport right after this. What I want to do is this, too. Conor McGregor jumping over the fence. He saw it as well. Conor McGregor. A lot of people say, there's some people in the chat that are saying that Conor McGregor is going to be getting a heavy fine, heavy suspension for this.
Sure.
What do you think that's going to happen with Conor McGregor?
I think if Conor's looking for a way out, maybe that is what's going to happen. Maybe he's not so into defending the belt, not so into fighting Tony, and he's looking for a way out and conveniently might get a big suspension, but I kind of think it's just going to blow over and he's going to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, well, he's Conor McGregor, right? He's Conor McGregor.
You gotta rap one-on-one shoulder.
Oh, we got a donation over here. Quick, what do you say?
And you're gonna need a fucking army to come take their belts off me.
Donation says.
Hello to Mexican and to all in chat. Chris, did Jason Showers get his ass beat? And please find Showers meltdown greater than Luke gave you a gift less than.
All right, so let's see. Craig Lee, thank you very much for that donation. Jason Showers did lose. He did lose the fight. He's fighting a little bit, and we'll talk to Mike about Jason too. Jason Showers is fighting in a weight class a little bit heavier than he should be fighting. He should be fighting around 145. He fought a guy at 165 at a catch weight. And listen, when you're fighting a guy that's a little bit too big for you in a sport that you guys know what you're doing, weight makes a difference. It makes a big difference. And Jason, he didn't have the best night, but the best part of Jason's night was he got to walk in with me. I got to walk in with Jason Showers on the way to the cage. So you will be seeing footage of Mystic Moss behind Jason Showers walking into the cage. That was a nice experience. Now, Mike, what do you think about Jason? I think we have a new fan over here of the Hertzman. The Hertzman is a good friend of the show. And what do you think about Jason Showers?
I think that he got laid down by a guy that was bigger than him. Once the guy was on top of him, he couldn't get out from under him, and that was pretty much it. I don't know what else to say.
Well, Jason, here's the thing. Guy comes in, Jason cracks him with a right. He cracks him hard with the right. Guy eats it and just keeps coming. Eats it, keeps coming in, and then he gets on top, mounts him, and does his thing. Good job by Showers for weathering the storm, but it was a one-sided fight. I'll be completely honest there. I see Jay Smooth says Showers hold that L. Showers is a can. So now Jay Smooth challenged Jason Showers, but it didn't come together. Jason pushed him away because Jason's got a lot of fights under his belt, and Jay Smooth, well, he's trying to get in the game. But this might be the opportunity where we could line up Jay Smooth versus Jason Showers. So I have to think this. If Jay Smooth can pull it together and get me what we need to make this fight happen, Jay Smooth versus Jason Showers, I think, should be the next fight. I really, really think that should be the next fight. The question is, we need to get Jason to take the fight, and we need Jay Smooth to produce the proper information and make this thing happen. So if you guys in the chat want to see that, hit us with the ones. Michael, I know we got to get to the airport and stuff like that. What do you think of the UFC? Now, Michael is going to UFC 218. He's got great seats. I just remembered that Ally Atkins is going to be on the card too.
He's not.
Oh, he's not?
He pulled out of that fight. I don't remember why.
What?
I think there's a replacement for Felder, though. So I was rooting for Felder anyways.
Oh, my God. Hold on a second. Let me go back here. We're going to go to the Google Hangout. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, for fuck's sake. I think it's still on the website. When did this happen?
It happened. I was talking to you on the phone about it, and you were talking about what a great fight it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was like the next day I couldn't pull it
For
up.
fuck's sake. Oh, that's not good. Let me see. UFC 218. Where am I going here? There it is.
Injured yank from UFC 218.
Oh, that sucks. Ass balls. he's still here, but yeah, it doesn't mean anything. Let me know in the chat if you guys know what's going on with that. But Jesus Christ, Ally Kinza, Paul Felder, that was the fight that was gonna top off the prelims. Great fight between these two. That's a fun one to watch.
Oliveira stepped in for Iaquinta.
Oh, Oliveira jumped up. So there we go. There we go. See, good thing I brought Mike on. I had no fucking idea. I bring you 0. Michael's bringing it back in. Oliveira jumps up, fights Paul Felder. That's actually a pretty good fight right there. Poor Yancey is like, wah, wah, no, nothing for you, Yancey. Wow, that sucks. What's up with Raging Al? Did they give a reason?
Ask them. I don't know.
Let's ask the chat. Let me know what you guys think. We bring all the news. But seriously, that's actually fucked up. Man, UFC 218 is taking a hit. Well, Aldo versus Holloway, to me, I think it's a great fight. I think the rematch is a great fight. So I'm not upset about this. I would have liked to see this, but let's be honest. This fight here is the one everyone's going to keep their eyes on. This is going to be a fun one here.
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje versus Eddie Alvarez. Listen, we're going to take a couple things from the chat. If you have any questions for Michael, let me know, and then we're going to shut this puppy down. Thank you all for watching. The donations, you're wonderful, wonderful. Conor McGregor loves cocaine. This is a football player. Mexican, you'd win. Shower's been collecting L's since you got. All right. Saw you in NYC. Remember I told you Thug Rose is going to beat Joanna's ass is Mr. J. Mr. J is here. Mr. J, hold on. Were you... I'm trying to remember. Gay, we need Big Gay Al. Mr. J, were you the one outside of the MSG, in front of MSG? Let me know. And if you are, welcome back, my man. There you go. Say hello to Mr. J. We made a lot of new friends. The past 3 weeks, we made a lot of new friends over here, so that's a lot of fun. Okay, so UFC 218. Even though there's some pullouts and everything like that, this is your first UFC event, right?
Yep.
So on a level 1 to 10, how excited are you about this?
I'm like 8.5 to 9. The main event, I'm lukewarm on. Everything else, great matchups. There's nobody that I'm like a huge fan of. Like, I would be so excited if they won. But
You're gonna
the
wrap
matchups
one
are
on one
awesome.
shoulder, and wrap you
There's a
on the
good
other
girl
shoulder,
fight.
and you're gonna need a fucking army to come take their
Michelle
belts
works in this
off
fight.
me.
Check out the donation over
Jason
here.
is not gatekeeper, he is the punching bag.
Oh,
Chris,
God.
you just want off early to watch Ariel hang with your boy Luke. Joking, of course. You did miss some great fights, bother. Showers meltdown, please.
Well, hold on, guys. I have to say something here. Now, there may be a traitor in the chat. And thank you for the donation. There may be a traitor in the chat. Okay, I did a little research, and there may be a traitor in the chat over here. I'm gonna pull this up. Okay, check this out. On Luke Thomas's Fight Buddies, Craig Lee popped in there, and he says, "Now this was a cool side of Luke I did not know he had. I enjoyed it, brother. What?" And I responded, "Busted." Craig Lee. And Craig Lee follows up. And says, and shows me this. Would you look at this? Oh my God. Craig Lee's studio has Luke Thomas's face all over the fucking place. This is insane. We're going to leave this cliffhanger this way, and we're going to pick this back up on Wednesday. We will be live Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Is Craig Lee the mole of the MMA-Holes? Fuck you, Chris. Is he the mole of the MMA-Holes? Let me know in the comments section down below, and we'll find out. We'll crack the case on Wednesday. Oh my God, this is dramatic. Michael, thank you for coming on the show. It was good to have you here. Next time, we're going to get you on a little bit longer. The first actual guest inside studio, so that's actually pretty cool. Everyone's freaking out. Oh my God. Craig Lee, what the fuck? Oh no, Craig. Craig, you started. All right. Mike, any last words to the MMA Holes?
No, thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you, Mike, for coming on. Guys, thanks for joining in. You guys are all wonderful, wonderful as usually. And let's crack the case of the infamous Craig Lee. Is he busted? Is he the mole? Is he exposed? Let's find out on the Wednesday show. We'll see you then. Thank you for watching. Don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.